Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing, man? It's your boy, MisterJaay, aka call me boy, a bong boy. Adekunle, Adewale, Odokunwoke, Kriyo boy, Bazinga, man, no tashe. What it do, your dick gang? What it do, Marvel? And thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of MisterJaay's Reactions. Disclaimer: this is a no musical reaction. You dig? I just want us to talk about something real pertinent. You dig? Couple of hours ago, I dropped something about my homie being killed on the street where I literally grew up, Funcha Street, Bamenda, the northwest English speaking part of Cameroon. And like you guys, if you watched the last vlog, this man just he left his home, went to the junction. There's a famous spot there, we call it Chambo Masters. That place is iconic. You dig? Spot to chill, drink, kick it. And this man had a good delicacy, man. And then he was going back home. And then the police officer stopped him, took his books, and then wanted him to pay. This man didn't want to pay because it's in his neighborhood. And then on driving away, he got shot. That's the story. And ladies and gentlemen, from the angle of the videos in the car, you can see that definitely he got shot from the back. You dig, the back of the car. I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't even know if it's from the back or it's from the front, but the bullet hit him on the chest. I'm thinking it's through the windscreen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, people manifested. People got angry. People have had enough of it. It's disheartening. It's crazy, and it's just one of those things that reminds you of why really this crisis is going on. I'm not saying I support it, but when people have been crying for so long for the injustices and certain things that have been happening, oh, by the way, this is not the only isolated situation. This is just the one that's just pissed people off. You did, because they've been doing this in silence. It did, and this is just one of those things, those cases that we just had it, and people just went out. I mean, and he was buried. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Man, you are now, you're gonna go down as a fallen hero, and just like people had speculated, few hours after, there were press statements released. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna keep it with all honesty. I don't know, based on what theories that these statements were made, but I'm gonna tell you guys what the statement meant. I'm gonna summarize it. So this man got buried, and they released a press statement. You dig? In that press statement, the authorities said this brother was killed because he tried to run away from the police. He tried to escape a police control. He tried to, he panicked. And then this police officer, unfortunately, mistakenly shot, and he got hit by a bullet. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how you mistakenly aim at somebody at the target and you hit him in the chest, because in my ROTC days, I know that if you can hit this, you are aiming at the killing. If you can hit the torso of another person with a weapon, you are aiming to just maim and just kill the person. But that's not the issue, though. Now, based on that, the statement continues that this brother was already condemned by a military tribunal. Now, I am going to speak as I don't know for a fact. It did, because, we got a crazy government in place. It did. They said this, my friend, was already condemned to 3 years imprisonment, November 2020, last year, and I was in Cameroon, November 2020. I didn't know of any condemnation that this man received by the military tribunal. And that statement said my friend My brother was a kidnapper. They called this man all kind of names, they slandered his name, they defamed his name. But of course, the dead cannot defend themselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I decided to talk about this is just, sometimes when civilians are tired of a situation, when civilians are tired of dishonesty, when civilians are tired of long, protracted years and years of no good governance, they turn to manifest like these. You dig? People are manifesting all over the media. You dig? It was on the newspaper, The Guardian, which is like a top newspaper in Cameroon, and people are abroad too. Cameroonians are not taking it laying down. They are pissed. Of course, you should be pissed. Something that's gonna piss any person who knew this brother. And I would tell you guys like this, knowing who this brother is, all of these are just made up stories. Like I said, I don't know on what basis. And they try to make it seem like this brother was a criminal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Cameroon has been going through a problem in the English-speaking part, and despicable things going on in that part of Cameroon. You dig, from both sides. You dig, we've seen situation where those who took up arms hurt the military. Then the military, it's been going on for over 4 years now, and there's still no suggestions. There's not been a solution. And that is just to tell you that something is not going on right. But this is the thing that I want to ask though. A man dies, and rumors were that the person who pulled the trigger was apologizing, saying it's a mistake. Now, if that was a mistake, how do you kill somebody? How do you aim at somebody, squeeze the trigger mistakenly? Aren't you supposed to be held accountable for that? Isn't that murder? That's my first question, though. The second question is this, man. You guys said he was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment. If he was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment from a military tribunal, how come he was driving around, conducting his businesses, building a crib, buying his cars, paying his cars off the port of Douala, paying the how? Please explain to me. I don't get it. Motherland, is it possible that somebody could be charged by a military tribunal? It's not a military tribunal. A couple of months ago, and they have not yet, they are still loose? I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just asking. How of these things all of a sudden it just popped off? Because some of us were already seeing that they was going to put out something crazy. And it didn't even take long, and boom, it came out. Now, if you say all of these things, then why in the last paragraph of the statement you are condoling with this family? It doesn't make sense at all. I don't think that there was good, proper thinking done to whoever decided to write out this statement. I don't think that you did thought this stuff through. You did, but the people just want some accountability. Period. People just want people to be held accountable for. Yes, if he made a mistake, let him be held for that mistake. You dig? Don't cover it up with the crazy story like this. Because some of us who know this brother, we know the real deal. You dig? This man was the funniest and the most jovial brother you can meet. He cracked jokes like crazy. And he just liked to have chill with his people, man, with his buddies around him. And this man was known in that neighborhood. So I just came through to say, I don't know, man, Cameroon. You guys gotta let MisterJaay know what's really going on. What What kind of story is that? Does it make sense to you that you say he was sentenced to 3 years and he's still outside driving his car? You cannot drive a car in Cameroon without making the documents. And if he was a criminal, of course, during that period, why wasn't that, a whole lot of things just going through Mr. Jay's head? You dig, man? Hey, let's talk about it. But that's what it is, man. The policing of the state across Africa is real, man. You dig? The powers that be just, they take and they can do and undo, and then they cover it up. But guess what? Karma is a bitch. You dig? Man, that's my time, man. Be good. Be nice. Hey, Bamenda, please, you guys be safe. Motherland. Man, all these things happening in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Cameroon, in Congo. Bro, when are these things going to stop? Africa, when are we going to say enough is enough? When? Man, I'm out of here. Peace.